It's Patrik from IntensiveCareHotline.com, where we instantly improve the lives for families of critically ill patients in intensive care so that you can make informed decisions, get peace of mind, real power, real control, and so that you can influence decision making fast, even if you're not a doctor or a nurse in intensive care. Now, if your loved one is critically ill in intensive care, you know you need help. Getting help is actually very easy, especially if you and your family don't know what to do. I know I can help you in an instant, very quickly and very efficiently, often within minutes. You don't know what you don't know. It usually doesn't take long for me to help you with proven tips, tricks, or strategies, because I know intensive care inside out. I have worked in intensive care for nearly 20 years in 3 different countries, and I have literally worked with thousands of critically ill patients and their families. There is no situation in intensive care that I can't help you with, and there is no question that I can't answer. I have also worked as a nurse unit manager for over 5 years in intensive care, and I know exactly what's happening behind the scenes in intensive care, and therefore I can very quickly interpret any information you are sharing with me, because I know what it means in intensive care terms. Nowadays, I'm advocating for counsel and consult families in intensive care every day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. And I speak to people all over the world every day, helping them to make informed decisions, get peace of mind, control, power, and influence when their mum or their dad, their husband, their wives, their brothers, their sisters, their aunts, their uncles, their nieces, their nephews, or their grandmothers or grandfathers are critically ill in intensive care. I know exactly how an intensive care unit operates on a deep psychological level, and I am able to leverage that intimate insider knowledge to your advantage very quickly and efficiently, and help you and your family to get what you want, need, and deserve. And because I have so much insider knowledge in intensive care, I can help you change the dynamics in your favor in an instant. I can help you very quickly to get the care, treatment, and outcomes for your critically ill loved one that you want, need, and deserve. I know what questions to ask. I know how to position your critically ill loved one's diagnosis, their prognosis, as well as their care and their treatment to help you in an instant to get what you want, need, and deserve for your critically ill loved one. With my one-on-one phone, Skype, and email counseling and consulting and advocacy, you will be able to speak to the intensive care team as equals. And you don't need to be intimidated anymore, because you finally have an advocate on your side that really has your critically ill loved one's best interest at heart. Especially if your critically ill loved one is very unstable and in a very critical condition, or they are in a life-threatening situation, or they're not waking up after an induced coma, or they're in intensive care for long-term treatments and long-term stays, including long-term ventilation, or your loved one may be having a severe or traumatic head or brain injury, or they may be threatened with an NFR, not for resuscitation, or DNR, do not resuscitate order. Or your loved one may be in a situation where the intensive care team suggests that a withdrawal of treatment or a limitation of treatment might be, quote unquote, in the best interest for your critically ill loved one. Or your loved one may even be approaching their end of life in intensive care. The good news is you have come to the right place, and I can help you very quickly, and I can help you make informed decisions, get peace of mind, control, power, and influence very, very quickly. Because as you know by now, Speed is everything when your loved one is critically ill in intensive care. And I can help you very quickly, often within minutes, because I know what to ask for and to look for. And I also know what the intensive care team is hiding from you. You simply don't know what you don't know, and there are so many things you don't know when your loved one is critically ill in intensive care. I will shine the light on the things you and your family haven't even considered. And it'll make all the difference for your mum, for your dad, for your husband, for your wife, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your niece, your nephew, or your grandmother or grandfather. If your loved one is critically ill in intensive care, you and your family are in a once-in-a-lifetime situation that you know you can't afford to get wrong. I can hold the intensive care team accountable for their actions and also their inactions very quickly, because I know what questions I need to ask them. I know what they're often trying to hide, and I know how I can advocate on your and on your critically ill loved one's behalf. Again, you and your family simply don't know what you don't know when they are in intensive care. I can very quickly tell you what questions you need to ask to get what you want, need, and deserve for your critically ill loved one. Normally, my hourly rate is $250, especially if you want to hire my services last minute and I need to drop everything, which happens quite frequently in this line of work as a counselor, consultant, and advocate. But the most efficient way I can help you to get the outcomes that you want, need, and deserve when your mum, your dad, your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your niece, your nephew, or your grandmother or grandfather are in intensive care is when you work with me over a period of time. That's when I can help you the most to get the outcomes that you want, need, and deserve. If I work with you over 7 days or over 14 days or over a month, I'll give you unlimited access to me over the phone, Skype, and email 24 hours a day. That's when you get the best results because I can interpret information in real time and advise you accordingly. This also includes dialing into family meetings with the intensive care team and speaking to doctors and nurses directly if you want me to. Again, if you're still feeling intimidated by the intensive care team, and if you're still feeling that they may walk all over you, one-on-one phone, Skype, and email counseling, consulting, and advocacy for you and your critically ill loved one is the best option. And the good news is that once you have selected one-on-one phone, Skype, and email counseling, consulting, and advocacy for 7 days, for 14 days, or for a month, I can work with you entirely at your pace. That means you don't need to use the 7 days, the 14 days, or the month consecutively, and I can work with you entirely at your own pace. You use it as you need it. And instead of paying me by the hour here and today, I'll give you massive value to help you achieve the outcomes that you want, need, and deserve for your mum, for your dad, for your husband, or for your wife, for your brother, sister, your uncle, your aunt, your niece, your nephew, or for your grandmother or for your grandfather. Rather than paying my hourly rate for $250, I'll give you massive value today when you sign up for 7 days, unlimited one-on-one phone, Skype, or email counseling, consulting, and advocacy. This includes participation in family meetings over the phone and speak to doctors and nurses directly if you wish to, and you can have all of that for only $499. Or if you want 14 days of unlimited one-on-one phone, Skype, or email counseling, consulting, and advocacy, which includes participation in family meetings over the phone and speak to doctors and nurses directly if you wish to, and you can have all of that today for only $699. And if you want all of that for a month, unlimited one-on-one phone, Skype, or email counseling, consulting, and advocacy, which includes participation in family meetings over the phone and speak to doctors and nurses directly if you wish to, you can have all of that for only $9.99. So go down and click on the links where you can select your option, the 7-day, the 14-day, or the month option. Even if you choose the 7-day option to begin with and you want to extend, I'll still be able to give you the discount. If you want the 14-day or the month option, just ask for it. Get help now and put yourself in a position where you can make informed decisions, get peace of mind, control, power and influence, and select the 7-day, the 14-day or the monthly option now. And more importantly, get the outcomes that you want, need and deserve for your mum, for your dad, for your husband, for your wife, for your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your niece, your nephew, or for your grandmother or your grandfather. And choosing the 7-day, the 14-day or the monthly option gives you a lot more value compared to my normal hourly rate of $250. You have come to the right place and I can help you very quickly, and I can help you make informed decisions, get peace of mind, control, power and influence in an instant. You can rest assured that I know intensive care and the subject matter so well that you will get the best of my nearly 20 years experience in intensive care firsthand when you talk to me directly. I have been literally working with thousands of critically ill patients and their families in intensive care, as well as here in my one-on-one counseling and consulting practice for families in intensive care. You can also call me on the numbers that are below this video or on our contacts page. You can call me directly. And the one-on-one counseling, consulting and advocacy really offers you fantastic value, also for your family and for your critically ill loved one. By signing up for the one-on-one counseling, consulting and advocacy, you'll get peace of mind, control, power and influence really, really quickly. And the one-on-one counseling, consulting and advocacy with me offers insights into nearly 20 years intensive care nursing experience in 3 different countries, where I have literally worked with thousands of critically ill patients and their families, and where I also worked for over 5 years as a nurse unit manager in intensive care. There is no challenge, no problem, and no situation that you can't get the answer to when your loved one is critically ill in intensive care. And you will get world-class advice and consulting and advocacy for you and for your family member. And it'll be your shortcut to making informed decisions, getting peace of mind, control, power and influence quickly. You will get all the tricks and the games the intensive care team is playing with you and your family, and I will give you proven strategies that work so well that you will be able to make informed decisions, get peace of mind, control, power and influence fast, no matter how challenging the situation. Again, if you have any questions regarding the one-on-one unlimited counseling, consulting and advocacy, please email to support@intensivecarehotline.com or call me on Skype or on one of the numbers below this video or on our contacts page. You might also want to check out the customer testimonials. Again, there's heaps and lots of customer testimonials below this video, and rest assured those clients have all been very satisfied. So go down and select the 7-day, the 14-day or the monthly option, and I speak to you in a minute. Take care.